Well, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's very exciting to take part in the American Forage Council Spokesperson competition. And if nothing else, I can say I'll be on YouTube and tell my daughter, yep, we're on YouTube. Anyways, here we go. Mother Nature, a wonderful thing. A normal winter for us in Ottawa, Canada, is shoveling the snow off the roof for the heifers to play in. A freak snowstorm, middle of April, just to let you know that spring is almost here. I think I'd like to enter this photo for the competition for next year in the Forage competition. My name is Tom Mueller. I'm here to represent the Ontario Soil and Crop competition. I'll give you an overview of my presentation. I'll talk about our family farm history. The next section we'll talk about why we care to do our best. What do we do different? Do the little things that you can control right, and the big picture will fall into place. I'll talk about how to create a quality forage. I'll outline the practices that we use to create a quality forage. And I'll sum it up with the value of forages. I come from a small town outside of Ottawa, Canada. Canada's nation's capital. It's about a 2-hour flight from here. Gruen Valley Farm. It's who we are. It's owned and operated by myself and my wife Wilma. I'd like to introduce my wife Wilma's in the audience here to help support me. I graduated from the University of Guelph in 1990 before returning home to take over the family farm. The Mueller family. We work hard. We also take the time to get away as a family. My wife really enjoys the beautiful flowers at Disney, while everything at home is under snow. Our 2 daughters, my future farmers. Michaela left is 16, grade 11. She just loves going to the barn. That's the neighbor's horse barn where she does the chores. Cassie on the right's 18, first year at university, studying archaeology. My parents, who are semi-retired, who built the foundation for the farm I presently work. We work a dairy farm located south of Ottawa, as I said before, the nation's capital. We work about 450 acres of land. We milk about 85 cows in a tie stall barn. The arrows show the many improvements we have made to the farm since taking over the farm in 1998. We strive to do things better in a more efficient manner. We added on a new section to milk more cows using a track system. We built a new robotic calf feeder to get our calves off to a good start. We built an ag bag pad system to store the forages, get out of the mud, and help decrease spoilage. We put in a larger manure lagoon system to spread that manure in a more timely manner. You can see the fire burning in the distance. My wife Wilma says, I always take on too many projects. One example on the value of forages on our farm is, growing up, we used to make 10 to 12,000 little square bales of hay, taking all summer to do so. Now we cut and harvest about 120 acres of forages in about 2 days. The beauty of forages is that the method of harvest can adapt to the growing pace and changes of whatever means we use to harvest in whatever manner works for our operation. That sums up our family farm history. This slide's for me. Smile, Tom, have fun. Next section, I will talk about why we care to do our best. This means strive to do the little things in an efficient and profitable manner. To do so, I've built a team of strong resources. My team. I can't do everything by myself. I rely on my team. Most important member of my team is my wife, Wilma. My team is a group of consultants who each help to ensure positive results using forages. First member is my agronomist. He uses summer students to help him scout my fields during the growing season. There's always something I need to discuss with Paul during the busy summer months. He soil samples our fields on a 2 to 3 year basis. This year, because of the stress on alfalfa, and because of us taking 4 cuts on the established hay and 3 cuts on the new seeding, Paul noticed that our fields were low in potash. But by working with a crop consultant, I'm able to maintain and improve the fertility levels on my farm. This field, field number 7, came out of hay in 2004 and then back into hay in 2010. The fertility has increased by including forages in my crop rotation. Paul, my agronomist, comes up with a fertilizer program that suits the needs of the crop. It is important to keep records for which fields get manure and what's the crop rotation for next year. Next member of my team, my nutritionist. We have a close working relationship on and off the farm and on the golf course. He uses the value of forages to make a balanced ration. He balances the ration for the least cost. Paul says I make it quite easy for him. My cuts are pretty consistent. I strive for that 20% crude protein, 30% NDF, and 30% ADF, 40% NDF rule. This year was tough due to the lack of rain and the variability in my fields. But by putting in a balanced TMR, a total mixed ration, we can make the most use of the value of my forages. The bottom line is known as ROF, return over feed. What drives return over feed? It starts in the field. Harvest a quality forage at proper moisture. Make sure it's well fermented, which drives dry matter intake, which drives production, which affects the bottom line. Very important when harvesting forages. My veterinarian, he works on the reproduction and health of my cows. My vet's focus on the back end of the cows. Another pair of eyes to make sure I stay on top of things. The other side of why we care to do our best is profitability. To help achieve consistent economic results, we maximize our use of homegrown forages. But at the end of the day, it is the dollars per cow that affects our bottom line. This is clear by our high milk value per cow of about $8,000. The cows work hard at Gruen Valley Farm, and this shows by their production. And that's the real value for us at Gruen Valley. By getting our heifers off to a good start in the calf barn, they can continue their growth by feeding a balanced TMR based on using quality forages. We're able to start breeding our heifers at 12 to 13 months, which results in bigger returns. But even by feeding quality forages, there's an economic opportunity to do better. Whether it's trying to increase the milk value per cow as an actual of $7,900 to a goal of $8,200, or by decreasing the age of first calving by growing better heifers, there's an economic opportunity to growing quality forages. The value of forages is important to us. Doing a lot of little things well, being consistent day in, day out, results in happy cows. This summarizes the section on why we care to do our best. In this section, I will talk about how to create a quality forage. What practices do I use to create the desired results? Crop rotation is important in Gruen Valley. The way we do crop rotation allows us to maintain soil quality by improving soil health in terms of stability and drainage. Forages in my rotation help to keep the weeds in check and helps to limit soil erosion. The deep roots of alfalfa helps to build organic matter levels and improve soil structure. A hay yield of 3.5 tons is a similar return to 160 bushels corn crop. I guess I better speed up. I've got 5 minutes left. Crop rotation. We work about 450 acres of land, 140 acres of forages, 150 corn, 95 acres of soybeans, and 60 acres of wheat. Alfalfa stays in production for about 11 cuts or 3 years, at which time it is rotated out. Soil preparation, the key to getting good forages. We normally cultivate our field 2 to 3 times to achieve a uniform work ground. We pack with a 30-foot roller prior to seeding to create a firm seed bed and push in the stones. I use a certified seed mix of 10 to 12 pounds alfalfa, 2 pounds of Timothy, and 5 pounds of reed canary. And then we try to drill in our seed mixture in a 1/4 inch deep. The last couple of years, my crop consultant has suggested putting the tubes back on the seed drill. Drill the alfalfa in rows, and since then we have gotten better results of uniform, fast emergence of the seed. You know what this job is, picking stones, my wife's favorite job. Another important member of my team is Jesse, our farm pet. Jesse normally drives the RTV for stone picking. At harvest, what do I do to begin harvest? I check the plant. I aim for that pre-early bud stage to maximize quality. Another check is when the alfalfa is knee-high, it's time to cut. We aim to cut at 30 to 35 day intervals to achieve 4 cuts all summer long. The forecast looks good. No rain in the future. I call up the custom operator and line everybody up. The key to quality forage. We harvest in a wide windrow. The custom guys use a 30-foot wide self-propelled harvester. They merge the haylage in late afternoon or early morning to bring the forages in at optimal moisture. Lay it flat and let it dry. Attention to detail. Using an inoculant to improve fermentation helps to decrease the dry matter loss. I want to keep the sugar levels up to increase the palatability. I try to make sure the bagger is doing a good job of stretching the plastic. A good fill rate ensures that the feed is properly packed. I use a bagging system. The system seems to work quite well for me, as we're able to separate the various cuts to ensure consistent feed year-round. This gives you an overview of how I create a high-quality forage. The last section of value of forages. Things have come a long way with forages for us at Gruen Valley Farm. I can remember my mother telling me about how they did things during the early 70s, the first years on the farm for them. A new silo had just been built, and the contractor said, "You want to put that untilled drain field of forages in this new silo?" Now we strive to achieve quality and consistency each year by reviewing and implementing the things that work well for us. Quality of forages. I'll just give an overview of my presentation. Through the use of a team of consultants, I'm able to maximize results. By using crop rotation and proper techniques, I'm able to create a high-quality forage. And through the use of homegrown forages, I'm able to achieve profitability. This field was tall drained last fall. You can see the tall runs, the alfalfa is taller. Alfalfa is a plant that will produce a lot of feed. Do the little things that you can control right, and the big picture will fall into place. But sometimes we need help from Mother Nature. A rainbow is a beautiful sight. How do you get a rainbow? You need rain. I waited all summer to take this picture. Mother Nature is something else. She's the last and most important member of my team. I've learned that when the sun is shining, you make hay, no matter what day of the week it is. The value of forages. I'd just like to sum it up to thank the sponsors, the Ontario Soil and Crop for sending me here to take part in this competition, and the American Forage Council to sponsor this competition. My name is Tom Mueller, and that's my presentation on the value of forages.
Are there any questions?
Any questions for me? Yes?
What's your forage to grain concentration ratio of cows?
Forages, we're now about 70% forages, and grains sort of 25, 30. So we're very high on forages. The forages, corn silage and alfalfa is the basis of our ration. Yes?
Alfalfa to corn silage ratio?
Alfalfa, corn silage, we're probably 50-50, depending on, right now we're 50-50, maybe 60-40. We try to get the forages in to maintain that high milk production, and again, attention to detail is evident by our high milk production. We're normally in the top 10 of our county all the time, and doing the little things right, and as I said, the big picture will fall into place. Any other questions? What's that? Yes?
What is your milk production per cow?
We're running about 11,200 liters per cow on a yearly basis. Our bulk tank average, we're about 30 to 33 on a daily basis on the tank basis. Feed the cows right, and they will produce us and make us happy farmers.
Good, thank you. Let me get your microphone.